Hello peoples! In today's video we're going to be covering the next series of missions for the Overdrive initiative. This one is the priority targets. It's going to be taking place in space and will involve fighter combat. So this is to complete our quest to get a upgrade token to the F7A from the F7C Mark II, which a lot of people are interested in, including myself. And we're just going to go through these missions a little bit to give you an idea of what to expect and all that goodness. There's a total of 3 missions. They do go up a little bit in difficulty, with the last mission, number 3, having a hammerhead at the end. But if you're used to doing ERTs and taking out hammerheads, you should have no problem completing these missions solo. You can do them with a friend. As always, I encourage that if you have friends in Star Citizen to play as a group. And I'm going to point out a couple little annoying issues that you may run into if you are working as a group to complete these missions in series. So right now is the point in the video where I tell you to go ahead and get a snack, a tasty beverage, kick your feet up, sit back, relax, and let's get to it. So once you've completed the bunker missions, you will be able to select this from your priority list. It's a series, like I said before, of 3 missions. They're all fought in space. Most of the spawns are going to be in a rather dense asteroid debris field. So I highly recommend that you bring a single-seat fighter to dispatch your targets. The F7C Mark II, the F7C Ghost, and obviously the F8 Lightning are all great candidates to use for this mission. They have more than enough firepower, decent maneuverability, and you're going to be able to dispatch all of your targets fairly quickly if you use even a standard loadout on those ships. The third mission, the last one in the series, you will get a hammerhead that spawns in, and usually 2, sometimes 3 escorts, and they range between being Valkyries or Vanguards. So again, keep that in the back of your mind when you're selecting your ship. Another ship that will work really well for doing that third mission that you will see later on in this video will be the Corsair, simply because of the amount of firepower that the Corsair has. You can dispatch your targets very quickly, but again, I'm going to caution you in the fact that you're fighting in an asteroid field, and larger ships are going to have a tendency to kiss an asteroid if you're not careful. The other annoying problem that we still have, even with this set of missions, and you're going to see it here in a little bit, right there, is that the NPCs try to ram you quite a lot, specifically the hammerhead. I ran into a lot of issues with the hammerhead, basically just trying to ram me straight out almost every single run that I did. Same thing with the NPCs. You couple that with, you just saw there, a little bit of server lag, and you're almost guaranteed to get killed by a collision at one point in time while doing these missions. Now, what you're really going for here is an encryption key that will be carried by one ship, your priority target. Once you kill that target, that key will drop. There is no need to board the ship. If the target is moving, sometimes that encryption key will end up being a couple hundred meters away from the target. Now here you can see we've got basically a dead cutlass from the missile strike that I did earlier, so I can simply blow it up without much of a problem. It hasn't moved. The encryption key is still going to be in the exact same area as that wreckage, and one of an easy way of grabbing that key rather than EVAing the whole way is try to get a little bit close to the key, and once you see that it spawns up and you can actually see the key in your cockpit view, and you'll see that here in a little bit, you'll know that you're close enough, and you'll be able to use your tractor beam to grapple that key and bring it right to you. So even though if you EVA out, you don't have far to go. Now when you get to that third mission, again, you can take whatever ship you want, but I find that using the Corsair to dispatch hammerheads is extremely effective. So as you can see here, once again, we're in another asteroid field. This one here is a dark asteroid field, which means that it's on the dark side of the planet. So you got to contend with that. I suggest you use your ping frequently to make sure you don't hit an invisible asteroid or one that's kind of sneaking up on you. We're going to use our missiles to basically dispatch the escorts, or at least cause a lot of damage to them. In this case, they're going to be vanguards. And this is an all-cannon build on the Corsair. So we can take pot shots all day long. It's a laser cannon build. We've got more than enough firepower to take out the hammerhead. And if you do run into a situation that you'll see a little bit later on in the background footage here of the shields going down, you can easily evade out and allow your shields to come up. As you saw there, after the missile strike to the vanguard, it only took a couple hits from the cannons to pop it real quick. That's the beauty of this build for the Corsair, an all-cannon build. You can just chew through targets very quickly. So as you can see here, this vanguard was also trying to ram, but he's not going to last long. Couple well-placed shots from the cannons, and he's done. So now all I have is the hammerhead to contend with. Notice I'm taking quite a bit of fire from the hammerhead right now. Don't worry about it. As long as your shields are up, you're good. If your shields start to go down on the Corsair, you need to basically retreat and allow those shields to charge back up, because once your shields go down on the Corsair, you're basically an egg. You're going to crack real quick. You can see here the hammerhead is making charges at me. I'm actually back strafing a lot. I'm also up strafing to try and keep that hammerhead from ramming me. Like I said before, it tries to do it quite often. Here you can see I'm trading shots with it. My front shield's going down, so now what I'm going to do is basically break off, disengage, allow my front shields to charge up. In the process, what I'm going to do is hit my ping, find out where the densest part of the asteroid field is, and try to draw the hammerhead out of the asteroid field to the best of my ability. So here, while I'm disengaging, I'm going to try and have that hammerhead follow me out of the asteroid field, because, you know, running into an asteroid while you're trying to avoid fire is not a fun thing. I'm going to let my shields come up a little bit. I am going to re-engage after my shields are back up. I'm going to use my missiles while I'm at this range, and you're going to see in just a little bit here, having an all-cannon build on the Corsair really works out to your advantage when you're going up against a hammerhead, because you can outrange it with your guns. The hammerhead usually can't hit anything and won't even start to fire at you if you're beyond 1,500 meters. Whereas your cannons are quite effective all the way out to basically 2,000 meters. You can start firing at a hammerhead at 2,000 meters if you're closing on it and hit it. So you can see here I'm trying to keep him just outside of that 1,500 meter mark, and he can't hit me, and I'm just lighting him up. So now we're closing in. I already know that he's going to pop pretty soon, and there he goes. Once again, same thing. The key is going to drop, and basically it'll be right around the area that the target blew up. If the target wasn't going too fast in speed, sometimes it'll be right on top of it. Sometimes you may have to actually destroy the target even more, because the key will show as being inside. Now, in the case of the Corsair, you've got really easy access to the roof and your elevator. So again, we're going to use our tractor beam to get that key. Now, in my particular example here, I wasn't quite close enough to the key to be able to lock on with the tractor beam, so I have to get off the elevator. But if you just close in that distance a little bit more, you won't have any problem grabbing the key there. As far as the drop-off point, once you've gotten that key and you store it, you'll get an update to the mission, and it will give you a random location that you have to drop the key off to. It's going to be, you know, one of the outposts in the system. So something like a CRUL1 or an HRUL3, something like that. You'll get an indicator on it, and all you really need to do is go to that station. There won't be any more enemies for you to fight, and go to the admin section of that station and drop that key off at the same location that you would do a box drop-off mission, right? So here we are in the admin. I've already got the key in my hand, and I'm just going to put it in. So there you go. Pretty quick rundown, nothing hard. Let me know what you guys think about the missions. I kind of like the space missions. They're not too bad. Again, you should be able to solo these, but you can share them out with friends. If you do, just be careful. Make sure that the same person is grabbing all 3 missions and sharing them out, because if you split that up, some people may not get it complete on it, so be aware of that. As always, let me know what you think. If you like the channel, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. And until next time, take care.